What's going on, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley, and in this video, I'm going to tell you about the next stock that I plan to invest in. This is not a sponsored video. I'm quite literally going to give you my entire reasoning and justification about why I like this company, as well as what my strategy is to get into it. If you get any value out of that, please click that like and subscribe button, and here's everything you need to know about eToro. Okay, so eToro is currently going through a merger with a SPAC, a special purpose acquisition company, in order to take it public. Now, that SPAC is traded under the ticker symbol FTCV, and the name of that SPAC is FinTech Acquisition Corp 5. So if you want to buy eToro right now, you're actually going to go out and buy FinTech Acquisition Corp 5, which is FTCV. Soon they will be merged. The ticker symbol will probably change, and so will the name of the actual company to eToro Group. Now, that's how you buy into it right now. The company is currently listed on the NASDAQ exchange. The headquarters for eToro is currently listed as Cyprus, and the price of the SPAC, FTCV, is currently $11.04 as I make this video. The value of the SPAC and the value of this merger puts a valuation on eToro at around $10 to $10.4 billion. Now keep that in mind because that's a really important number, especially when we start comparing it to competitors. But this is not a new company, so keep that in mind. They were founded in 2007 and the website is eToro.com. They're basically an online brokerage account. They were founded in 2007 and you were actually able to trade Bitcoin on the platform as early as 2013. So they were definitely some first movers in here. But what is eToro? The easiest way to describe this is eToro is the perfect combination of Twitter and Robinhood. It's the ability to trade stocks really easily with the social aspect of it. It's social trading where you can see what your friends are holding, how well they've done over the time. You can see how well everybody else is doing over time, and it really basically integrates social networking with trading all in one platform, and they do it in a very, very good way. They also have a couple of very unique features that I haven't seen anywhere else. Number one being copy trading, meaning that because all of my trades are completely visible, you can see what's in my portfolio and you can see what my ROI is over time. That's how eToro works. You can actually copy my trade. So you can invest $10,000 into basically my trading, and what it will do is it will basically replicate all of my trading and every trade transaction that I make with the same relative portion of the money that you invest in me, and it will give you the exact same returns minus a small little performance fee that will come to me. And so what's absolutely amazing about that is you could be trading on eToro with $1,000 or $2,000, and if you have good returns for 6 months, people could start to invest in you and you could have millions of dollars in assets under management that you're trading with. So really, really quite amazing. So they have that. You can also see exactly what other people are holding in their portfolio when they make the trades and exactly what they are doing and how well they're doing over time. So that's the social aspect of it, which is really cool. They also allow you to do fractional shares, so you can buy 1/10 of Amazon or Apple or whatever you prefer. They also have crypto. Like I said, they listed Bitcoin back in 2013 on their platform, which is absolutely amazing. And then they also have a news feed. So when one of your friends or one of your buddies makes a trade, it pops up on your news feed. If you want to share some due diligence or share some research, you can post it to the news feed and everybody else can see it, which is absolutely amazing. And they also have the ability to run a smart portfolio where they will basically manage your money automatically for you. So lots going on with this company, and they're basically a mix of Twitter and Robinhood with a couple extra features all in one platform. And it's kind of like what we just saw in the US with Robinhood and Reddit, how they're actually pretty connected even though they're completely separate platforms. eToro is like combining all of that together in one, which is absolutely amazing. And we've seen over the last few months how powerful that can be. Now, here is a couple of screenshots that I've just taken from online. This is what it looks like. And so as you can see exactly what somebody's holding. You can see their profit and loss. You can see their ROI over time. And it's really, really impressive. And this is where you can see their ROI. So Olivier Daniel has been trading since 2017, and he's averaged 16% ROI in 2017, 18% in 2018, 8.4% in 2019, and so far in 2020, he was at 2.2%. And so what's amazing about this is if you like these returns and you would be satisfied with these returns, you could copy his trades with however much money you want, $1,000, $1,000,000, whatever you want. And what will happen is it will replicate his trades with the exact same proportions, so that when he goes into the market and he gets a 2% or a 3% or a 10% return, you get the exact same return minus just a small performance fee that he's going to make for that. So absolutely amazing, amazing technology. They also have the news feed where, as you can see other people are trading, they're sharing their research, they're sharing whatever they want on the news feed. It's kind of like a Twitter news feed, but instead of taking other people, you can also take stock. So really quite amazing platform. I am a huge fan of it, and I actually used to use this platform a long time ago. Unfortunately, it was banned in Canada. You woke up one day and all of a sudden you had to send in a note to get your money out of it, and they could no longer operate in Canada. I think they had broke the rules here, and so I don't think they're coming back to Canada, but they are operating in a variety of different countries around the world, and the majority of their business actually comes from Europe. So they're not very popular in the US right now. I think it makes up less than 10% of their entire company or entire membership, but they're absolutely huge in Europe, but they're listing in the US, and I think it's going to be big soon, which is why I'm excited. So why do I like this stock? Number one, I used the product for years. I'm very familiar with the platform, how it works, and the idea of social trading, and it's absolutely revolutionary when you have it in the same platform. So I used the product for years. It got banned in Canada. I could no longer use it anymore, which was really disappointing, but I am a huge fan of this company because of my experience using the platform. And then when I found out they were going through this SPAC process just like a week and a half ago, I said there's no way, because this is going to revolutionize things, and I'm so happy that I could get exposure to it. So I'm looking forward to this. I've been using the product for years, and just over the last few months, we've seen with Reddit and GameStop the power that those two can have, especially on the entire market in general. So the fact that eToro pretty much combines those two different aspects, I think is super valuable. And we've seen over the last few years how the rise of the retail trader is only going to grow over time. The ability to control your finances from your phone means that more and more people are going to be able to do it, and the ability to educate yourself from anywhere in the world, from basically a screen with online knowledge, means that anybody is going to be able to learn how to trade stocks. And the ability to do that through eToro and see what your friends are doing, I think high schoolers a few years from now are going to be using eToro and trading stocks in their math classes. Like, I could totally see that happening, and I think it's going to be coming sooner than later. If you just think about where we were at 10 years ago, nobody could trade a single thing from their phone. 10 years later, it is commonplace, and I think in the future, it's just going to go to younger and younger generations and to more and more people, which means the market for this technology is going to grow drastically. And so here is just a quick overview of the company. In 2020, they did $605 million in revenue. They have 18.7 million registered users, but they only have 1.2 million funded accounts. So there's a big difference there between users and funded accounts. I think they have a lot of practice accounts and people that are just kind of on the platform, but funded accounts is 1.2 million. They have about 1,100 employees, and like I said here, 69% of their funded accounts are based in Europe, and less than 8% of their funded accounts are from the Americas, North and South America. So this represents such a giant opportunity here for eToro to come into the US and compete with Robinhood, as well as capture market around the world. So I think this is absolutely amazing. And when you look at this, Robinhood, Vlad, when he went and he testified in front of Congress, Vlad is the CEO of Robinhood, he told Congress that they had about 13 million accounts. Now, whether or not those accounts are funded, whether they're practice accounts or they're zero or what's in them, we don't know, but roughly 13 million accounts. However, they had roughly the same revenue as eToro. So when you look at eToro, they had $605 million in revenue in 2020. I'm missing a zero right here. And this SPAC merger values the company at $10.4 billion. So $605 million in revenue, $10.4 billion valuation. Now, when you look at Robinhood, in 2020, the company did $682 million. So about $70 million more than eToro, but maybe 10-15% more than eToro. Nothing dramatic, nothing too big. And if you look at Robinhood and you Google Robinhood IPO right now, you're going to see numbers anywhere between $40 and $50 billion as the valuation of their upcoming IPO. And so on $682 million in revenue in 2020, this company, Robinhood, is being valued at around $40 billion in the upcoming IPO, whereas eToro just did $605 million, just slightly less, and they're getting about a quarter of the valuation. So when we look at these numbers and we compare market cap to revenue, I think eToro represents about a 4 times better valuation than Robinhood when you compare the revenue numbers. And so that's my quick and simple analysis. Now, obviously, January, February, March were absolutely crazy months, especially for Robinhood and also for eToro if you look at some of the monthly numbers. So these numbers are a little out to date, but so far, I really like the valuation of eToro, especially when compared to Robinhood and some of the other platforms out there. And when you look at the income statement, they posted this to their investor deck. They show all of their income from 2016 to 2020. This company has 10x'd in 5 years. They went from 60 million in revenue to 605 million in revenue, which is absolutely phenomenal. And in the last year, they went from 244 to 605, which represents 147% year-over-year growth. And you just don't see that in a lot of stocks unless they're tech companies, and they're doing extremely well. And that's what I think is happening here with eToro. Now, in 2020, the company did $605 million, and they also give the forecast up to 2025. And so this company is forecasting to go from $605 million in 2020 to 2025, where they're going to do $2.5 billion. So this is going to more than 4x in a period of about 4.5 years. We're already into 2021 right now. I'm sure this number is accurate because they have the first quarter down. So this is really optimistic, because 68, 17, 30, 28, 28% growth rate in a company that is already pretty large, that is absolutely fantastic. And I think the fact that the market for this technology and the market of people that want to manage their own finances is growing exponentially, so it totally justifies these numbers. And if you look at this, all of 2020 to 2025, the company is producing positive EBITDA to the tune of $700 million by 2025. They're going to produce more EBITDA 4.5 years from now than they're bringing in revenue right now. That's the forecast right now, and that is extremely optimistic, bullish, and really great to see as an investor, especially. Now, when we look at the stock chart, it's a little bit tough to do technical analysis because the SPAC FTCV stock ticker only started trading about a month and a half ago. And so if you look at this, it came out right around $11. It hovered at $11 for almost a month right here. It really didn't do much. It dropped down to $10 here, probably because there just wasn't much news coming out. And then it was announced that they were going to be going through a transaction with eToro. The stock shot up to $15.70 in one single day. It went from like 10.70, 10.80 here to 15.70, which is absolutely remarkable. And then since then, the stock has basically trailed off all the way back down to $11 here. Now, I said in my weekly watch list that I was like 90% sure I was going to be buying this stock this week, and I still am. I really want to buy this stock, but the stock price keeps going lower and lower, and so I'm waiting out. I'm trying to be patient, and I am waiting to find the bottom on this. I'm going to wait for a correction, a rebound, and a breakthrough of a trend line of my moving average, a little bit of confirmation in my indicators, and that's when I'm going to buy into this company. Because what's really nice about this now is I've identified the company. I've identified that I want to buy it. I'm super bullish on it. And now the price keeps dropping and dropping. It's getting cheaper and cheaper for me to get in. I'm going to be able to buy more shares. And so for me, I hope it falls down to 10, because that means I'm going to buy an extra 10% number of shares. So I'm really excited about this. However, I do think there's a little bit of support at $11. So if we see a turnaround from $11, I'm going to buy in pretty quick. If we see it fall below $11, I'm going to try and wait till we see a little bit of a bounce off $10. I think there's support at 11. I think there's support at 10. We've obviously got a high of around $15.70. There's probably going to be some resistance there, but even if you can capture that $2 or $3, you've got a nice, easy, at least 25% here. So I'm super optimistic about this chart. If it continues to fall, I'm going to continue to wait. If we start to see a correction here, I'm going to wait until I feel very confident about the trade, and then I'm going to make the entry into it. So that's my personal strategy. Now, the last little nugget that I want to leave you with is this little slide that was on their investor deck. And I think this is pretty exciting because I haven't seen anybody else do this. And this is them launching a debit card. So imagine you had an investing account in there with $20, $30, $40,000 in there, and you wanted to pull some money out to go to Vegas with the boys or to go on a trip or anything like that. Well, if you use the eToro debit card, this is really nice because now you don't have to wait for money to come out of your eToro account and go into your bank account. You don't have to wait for those transactions and then you got $1,000 left at the end of the trip that you want to put back in. You don't have to do any of that back and forth. You can actually access your investment account through a debit card. And so what's really nice about this is if you're somebody that puts in and takes out money from their investment account very often, this could be the perfect solution for you. They'll make a small little transaction fee on it, and I really, really like it because it gives you access, especially to all that cash right away. So you don't have to have two separate checking and investing accounts. If you wanted to, you could even blend them together. So I think that is a great opportunity, and I like that they're consistently innovating and putting out more products. I think it's a really good sign of the management and of the company. Now, here are my final thoughts. We've got two different platforms. We've got eToro and we got Robinhood, both coming to the public markets at roughly the same time. In my opinion, I think eToro is a better platform. I think eToro has a much better valuation, and I think the fact that they have global operations and diversity, they're not solely based in the US, they're based in Europe and China and Asia, they're based around the world. I think that gives them a little bit more diversity, and they don't have the US government clawing at them right now, which I think is also a great thing. And then lastly, I like the eToro debit card. I think that's very innovative, and I haven't seen anybody else doing anything like that. And this seems to me like a way better option to get exposure to fintech, to the markets, and to basically the brokerage world than Robinhood. I just think eToro is a much, much better company, much better value proposition, and a much better valuation at the moment. Only time will tell. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm wrong. But these are my final thoughts. Now, if you guys are interested in learning how to analyze a stock, look at a company, and read the financial sheets and the stock chart, then you should definitely consider signing up for my stock market fundamentals course. It is completely free when you sign up for a free trial on Skillshare. There's over 9 hours of content. There's over 3,900 students that have already gone through the course. There's 225 plus reviews for you to read through, and it's hosted on Skillshare. It's completely free. I promise you it'll be the best free resource that you can find online, and there's a link down below in the description. Now, like I said, this is not a sponsored video, but you do need to do your own due diligence. This is all just my opinion, and you need to like and subscribe to this video because I put a lot of effort into this one, and I'm sharing it with you before I even make the trade. So if you get any value out of this, show a little love, hit that like and subscribe button. I sincerely appreciate it. We'll see you in the next video. Good luck trading. Good luck investing. Talk to you soon.